download the picture, you can download the movies, you can go for the banking transactions, you can connect with the other friends and the family and other organization people also. Uh, Please kindly check your mic. I think other persons are I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible, sir, but there is some echo is coming. The which, sir? Like there is some echo from your side.
Should I disconnect and connect it again?
Please, please, sir, please. I think that will be better.
Hello?
Yeah, that will be better, sir. Please disconnect and join once again.
Right. Hello? I'm audible?
You are audible, sir, but still there is echo.
Echo is there?
Yes,
Just
sir.
wait,
Yes.
I'm disconnecting and connecting again.
Please, please, please. Yeah, as sir was mentioning, like he will be joining and we will connect you. So kindly wait for 1-2 minutes so that he will join and he will continue the session. So I just told you like what is the objective of the program and like what are the things which we are going to cover as part of the session. And beyond that, do you have any expectations? Like I told you, like we are going to talk about in the first session, like what is information security, why is it required, and what are the things like which someone should follow at organizational level. That is point number one. Point number two, like we are going to talk about like what is the data and password security, browser security. Those aspects we are going to talk. And the third aspect, like we are going to talk about social engineering, attacks, and fourth but last fourth session we are going to cover about social networking aspects. Beyond that, do you have any other requirements, or do you think like anything else has to be covered based on this schedule? So please let me know through chat area so that we'll try to incorporate. Sound quality is not coming clear. Deepak Tyagi sir, you have to check it actually from your thing. I checked with all my other participants. They all said like it is everything is fine. But still, if you have any issues, maybe you can just check it at your level, or like you can just log out and join again, kind of thing, like whatever it is. Uh, yeah, David sir, can you please check?
Hello, I'm audible?
You are audible, sir. You are audible right now. It's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Presentation is visible also?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Everything is good.
Okay. So we're talking about the internet. What is the internet? Why we require the internet these days? If you have the mobile phone, if you have a Google account, so to access that account or you access that your mail or you want to send a mail, you share your idea or you want to download something, you need an internet connection. Whether you are working on the mobile phone, whether you're working on the desktop, whether you're working with the laptop, you need a internet connection so you can work on the daily basis. So who are the internet providers? Who provide you to connect with the other people? Those are the internet provider person. Like you can say that they have a permanent connection, but you are a temporary connection because your email address is a permanent, but you are the IP address, it keeps on changing whenever you connect to the internet. These are the examples of the internet providers, that is America Online, Microsoft Network, AT&T networks also. So to access a website, if we talk about a website, we are accessing the internet, we are using the different type of applications, we are using the different types of web addresses, websites. What is the process to access the website? How you can communicate with the internet, how you can get the response from the internet. There are some protocols are working on the internet. So one protocol that is working, that is the HTTP, that is Hypertext Transport Protocol. That helps you get the get the data, or you can say that the website in the layman language. If you access a website that is yahoo.com or facebook.com or any other website, google.com, mail.google.com, these are the examples of the websites. These websites are hosted on a particular server. You can say that they are hosted on an XYZ server. Website is hosted on an XYZ server, and you want to access that website, you need a browser. Browser, it can be a Firefox, it can be Chrome, it can be another Safari browser, Opera browser. There are different browsers available in the market. You open the browser and you type www.yahoo.com. Whenever you type yahoo.com or www.yahoo.com, it will be predefined that a protocol is automatically added in the front of the website. Like it will be http colon slash www.yahoo.com. This is the URL. After that, here's the example. You can see that there's the example. First is the protocol, then is the host, then is the port number. What is the port number? Port number is the set of two services which are working on that server. If I talk about the HTTP, it is work on the port number 80. It is prefixed port numbers. Like HTTP has the port number 80. And if we are working on the HTTPS, it is on the port number 443. We'll talk about the HTTPS also. We're taking example of HTTP right now. HTTP is simple and extensible. It is stateless. Whenever you send a request, here is the example. There's a machine and there's the server. A machine which is accessed by a user, he is opening the browser and writing in the browser that I want to access the website yahoo.com. He will just write in the browser that yahoo.com and press the enter. It will directly go to your internet provider and give you the response back on that browser only. It means there are number of functions, number of incidents will happen in between sending a request and getting the response from that server. You can see that there are the portion, there is a HTTP, HTML, CSS, APIs are also working, JavaScript is also working, and in between there is a protocol that is called the HTTP. DNS service is also working, UDP protocol is working, TCP, TLS, and IP. These are the services which are running at the back end of whenever you are working with the browser. So this is the basic diagram of a HTTP protocol, how it works. Whenever you open a browser, you just type yahoo.com. I'm taking example of a yahoo.com or a facebook.com. It will go to the by default port number 80 if you are not entering any protocol. HTTP is a protocol. You can use the HTTP, or whether you are using the HTTPS, or whether you are using the other services like FTP, that is file transfer protocol. You want to fetch some files from the server. What is the server? The server is that machine which is similar like the desktop, but is having some different hardware specifications more than a desktop machine. It can get can you respond? My PPT is not visible. Is it visible to all?
No, the slides are visible, sir. Please go ahead.
Right. So,
The only thing is like there is some sound disturbance still.
I don't
If
know
you
why it is coming. I to put it on the microphone only. I'm connecting to the microphone only.
maybe is there background, is there any voice?
So, actually, I'm sitting near the server, so that is why in the data center there is a voice.
Maybe the data center voice only which
Right, right.
like
So
that.
apologies for that. So I tried to put the mic in another way. Just
Now there is no voice, sir, actually.
right. So I'm a little bit far from my server.
Okay.
Sorry for that. Okay. The HTTP, what we are using, these are the protocols. Like HTTP is a protocol. If we are working on the website, like suppose working on the website, we are using the by default port number 80 if we are using the HTTP. So if whenever we open a browser and we send a request like yahoo.com. And what is the server we're talking about? What is the server? The server is the machine which is getting the request from the user and accept the request and respond accordingly. Right? So whenever we open the browser, it will open with the HTTP with the www.yahoo.com. And it sends a request to the user. So, so what can happen? The server gets the request that the URL and URL is changing to the IP address. Who changes the IP address? The IP address is changed by the DNS server. The DNS server will is like a resolver. It is like a resolver. Like in your phone book, it is like a DNS. We cannot memorize all the phone numbers, but we are remembering all the names. So Yum is the name, and the server who's having the website is a phone number. So whenever you write a yahoo.com, it will go directly to your DNS server. The DNS server will respond with that IP address, and with that IP address, internet press the server, the website hosted on that server and bring it to the user. So this is the process whenever a user send a request to the web server. First, it open the browser, then it type the URL, and then the URL goes to the checking for the resolver, that is the DNS, and DNS give it back the IP address. The IP address goes to that particular server, and server respond back to the browser. That means your website is displayed over there. So this is the HTTP and HTTPS. These days, we are more concerned with the security. So more websites are working with the HTTPS protocol only. HTTPS, what is the benefit of using the HTTPS over the HTTP? That it enhances the security. It means whenever we are sending a request from to the server and get some data, it will be in the encrypted form if we are using the HTTPS. That is hypertext transfer protocol with the security. The HTTP is working with the port number 80 and HTTPS is working with the port number 443. Every protocol is defined a particular port number. Like suppose I want to host a website and it is a secure website. But I don't want that anybody can access that website on the port number 443 or port number 80. So I will change the port number for my security reasons. I can do that. What I will do? I will do that. I will host my website on a particular user-defined port number. What is the benefit of that? It means whenever a client knows that there is a website is hosted and we want to access, but we doesn't know the port number, we cannot access that website. I need to say that, let's suppose by default the website is hosted on the port number is 443. But you want to secure that website that nobody can access that website via port number 443. I will change the port number to 1443 in the web server. So if I want to let that client can access that website, I must let them know that that website can be accessed via port number 1443. It cannot be accessed by the 443 port by default or port number 80. It will be redirected to the 1443. So basically, how we can get that the website is working on the HTTP or HTTPS. Let me show you one example. If I open a browser, let me open the Chrome browser, and if I write here, same domain, yahoo.com, suppose. So the website is opened. You can see that there is a log. It shows that it is a connection is a secure connection. How? Because it is work on the certificate. Now, what is a certificate? I talk about the encryption method. So, if a website you are logging to your mail server, suppose mail.yahoo.com or mail.google.com, you are sending the credentials. You are sending the credentials of your account. Like suppose ABC at yahoo.com or ABC at google.com, your email ID, and your password is ABC at 123. Right? But these are the weak passwords. Never use the weak password. So, whenever you send the credentials, I'm just talking about the mail server right now. There are number of accounts you are holding, like your bank account, right? There are some important credentials, username and the password. You are using the internet banking. So the username password is the important things, right? So whenever you send a data, whenever the data is flow on the internet, and you want to send the data by secure method, you
Davidji, sorry to disturb you.
yes, sir.
Sir, is there any possibility to use the headphone?
I'm using
Because
the
I lost a lot of distraction.
just wait, just wait. Now it is clear.
Yes, sir. Now it is clear. Please go ahead. I think this is better, much better.
Much better. Right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. So talk about the certificate. Benefit of the certificate. The certificate is doing the encryption of your username and the password as well as the request you are sending to the server. It means if there is some intruders or there is some man in the middle attack will happen, he cannot get the idea of your transactions. He cannot get the passwords or your transaction IDs, what you are doing on the internet. You cannot get the idea of that. So whenever you access a website, you must know that there is a lock symbol and the website should be secured and it is followed with the HTTPS method only. So this is a lock. It means it is a website is secure. If you open any website of your banking, suppose I'm opening the website of HDFC Bank, right? And if I go to its login, you will find a lock here. It means this website is secure. You can't access that website because it's encrypted your data. It's whenever it sends the data from a user to a server, the data will be encrypted, and there is a very less chance for intruder to fetch the data and decrypt the data and read the data. The data will be in the encryption form. If there is no law, it means that your data is not encrypted, and the man in the middle attack will happen. It will be in the clear text form. The username and the password will be in the clear text form. But to the presentation now. So this is the basic thing which we are talking about, that internet communication, a website you want to access, and a web server you want to access, and on the browser. There is a HTTPS server request from the web server, the client also, and client to the web server also to get or fetch a website. Whenever you send a request, you will get only the web page. At the back end, there are number of services are running. DNS service is running, your IP address is also running, your web server is hosting server services are also running. The JavaScript is working, Java is running, your Flex is working, APIs are working. There are number of things which are running at the background. But whenever you send a request, you will just fetch, you will get the page in the response form. This is basic diagram of our application, how the application is work. A user who want to open a website, like suppose I want to open a website that is Amazon.com, right? I just send a request of Amazon.com. I don't know what is the IP address of Amazon.com, right? But it is resolved by my DNS server. The DNS server is the server which having the information of my every domain, which is hosted on the internet. That is in the layman language, that is the phone directory of your phone book. I want to dial the number of a Pradeep, which is my friend. I don't know the number of him, but I know the name. That is Amazon is the name, Pradeep is the name, but I don't memorize the number. It is handled by my phone book. Similarly, all the means IP addresses are handled by my DNS server, and that DNS server is handled by the ISP. And we will connect it to the internet. There is another method which is showing that these are the network devices which are communicated to the other side of the server. There is one router, there is one firewall, there is a switch is also there, wireless access point can be there, web server is there, database server is there. Why we are creating the web server and the database server both different? Because if sometime happen a web server or a website is hacked, there is very less chance that a database server can be hacked because the data is on a different server, right? What is the purpose of the router and what is the purpose of a firewall? Firewall will help you get rid of unauthorized access, unauthorized port numbers, the server. If any hacker want to try to access a web server, accept its web services, the firewall will not allow, and their services are denied at the top priority. It will only allow the port number 443 or that port number 80, that is of HTTP or HTTPS if the web server is only working. How an attacker attacks, what will happen? It directly communicate, there's a vulnerability, like suppose there's a vulnerability in the web application. There are number of vulnerabilities in the web application, like suppose you have the operating system, you have a Windows operating system, and you are installed a unlicensed or affected Windows operating system. I'm just taking an example. So it means whenever you use a pirated operating system, there are number of files which are not copied. The security features of Microsoft Windows are not updated. Your Windows is not updated. It means there are lack of vulnerability. Vulnerability is the backdoor which can exploit your system, which can help attacker to exploit or enter your system and corrupt your data or download your data. Right? So they try to find the vulnerability on the web server or a website so they can enter into the database. Where all the data is residing in the database server, where all the users and the password and transaction details, whenever the user is logging or logging out, all the information into that database server. If you're talking about in the banking language, all the transaction details are stated in the database server. But there are a number of database servers because they are having the multiple sites. So data is located in the different database server. What is the data and what is the information? The data is the raw. When we are fetching some particular information that is processed of the data, that is the information. Processing can be done in the different forms. Suppose there are 100 people list and you want to see only the person who are age is more than 3 years. It means you are filtering the data, and data is processed, and you will get the information, right? It's the information that is helpful than the data because you are filtering and you are processing that data. And now, what is the information security? To save your information from the intruders, from the attackers, from the hackers.
David sir, you're not audible. Wait, sir. We are checking. Sir, he is disconnected. Like he will join back. So kindly wait. Kindly wait. He is disconnected due to some reason. He will join back. Please wait. Yeah, we are sorry for the inconvenience. Please wait. He will join. Yeah, now check David sir.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Please go ahead.
Sorry for the network is today
I think there is some drop.
Yeah. Right. So we are talking about the security. These are the three main paradigms of security. Whether you are talk about the information security, whether you are talk about the network security, or any physical security, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The data should be transferred from one place to another. That should be confidential, and that should be integral and available 24 by 7. It means if you are sending the data, that it not be fetch or detect or decrypt by any intruder, and there will be no man in the middle attack will happen. So the integrity, the data, whatever I send, and whatever I send from one place, that it will be received on the other send should be the same. It should not be modified in between. And the data should be available. Like suppose if I want to fetch a website, yahoo.com or a facebook.com or any other website, or you want to access a banking website, it should be available. These are not only for the internet. These can be worked on the intranet also. Whether there are some websites you are hosted in the internal for your organization, that is a mail server. I'm taking example of a mail server, how it can be available. It can be available via 2 or 3 methods. That should be on a high availability. The load balancer should be installed. So the user can access that mail server 24 by 7, because you are using the availability paradigm on in that. But your server should be online 24 by 7. Anybody can access that server anytime. But there is no confidential data I'm sending to my mail server. Why information security? Because it is ensure the availability of the business. Because the third paradigm is saying that this availability, the data and system should be protected, brand and the reputation loss, the high level of insurance, competitive advantage, enable business continuity and the disaster recovery. What is business continuity and the disaster recovery? It means you having a website of your organization, and it is hosted in the data center on the same location. Due to some reason, there is a power failure and the website is not accessed outside. So what you can do for the business continuity and for the disaster recovery for that location, you will set up a DR site. That will be data recovery or disaster recovery site from the different location of the organization. Like suppose your organization in the Delhi and your DR site will be in the Bangalore. If there's some power failure or anything, the server will down, the hardware issues will be there. The Delhi site will be down, and it will automatically up the Bangalore site. That is your business continuity. It means if one side is down, it will go to the other side. Like suppose if one hardware is failed, it will automatically goes to the switches to the another hardware. There are, it means you need two hardwares like firewall. You need, if you want to do your business in the continuity, and there is no loss of the data and there's no loss in the business. So it means you need the hardware as well. So what is a threat? What is a vulnerability? And what is the risk? The threat, any circumstance or a factor with the potential to cause harm that is motivated or capable adversely. Vulnerability, a weakness of a system. I told you, it can be a weakness in the system. It can be a weakness in the operating system. It can be weakness in the people also. So if there is a weakness in the system, it can breach that system. Like vulnerability, there is a vulnerability in a VLC player, and VLC player is installed on the server. With having the vulnerability, it can open the different port, or with that port, and any hacker can access the server. How we can check how many ports are opened on your machine? Let me show you one example. Open the command prompt and just type netstat -an. let me increase the font so you can easily check. Netstat -an is a command. It shows the different answer. It's showing that there is a local address. This 135 is a port number of your local machine. It means this machine is open for 135 port number. Here is an example. You can see here the port number 443 is open. It means this machine is working as the web server. If I let you know command is not showing, let me share the full screen again. I think this is now clear. The command is netstat-an. So this command will let you know what are the ports are open on the machine, that is on the specific machine, because I'm accessing this machine only. This machine only. So this 135 is a port number, and that foreign address is the address which is communicating with your machine. Here, the port number is 443 is open. It is open for every user, every IP address. These are the states. The user, this machine can access, can allow connection with the port number of 135. It can allow the connection of 443. These are the port numbers which will help you to connect this machine only. There's a state. It means it is available for the connection. The state is listening. It means it is available for the connection. The state is established. It means it is sending a data from one server, one machine to another machine. These are the TCP protocols. And here, these are the UDP protocols. What is the difference between UDP and the TCP? TCP is having the state and the UDP is not having the state. One is a connection less and one is a connection oriented. Then what is the difference between connection less and what is the connection oriented? Connection less means you are sending the data, but you don't know whether the receiver is present or not. Right? Like suppose you are sending a message on a mobile phone. You don't know the receiver is getting the message or not. It is just sending the data from one end. And if you want to talk to another person, you just dial the phone number of that person. And if the person is respond, you are transferring the data from one to another end. It is the TCP connection. So these are the threats, that is software attacks of intellectual property, identity theft, or equipment of information, sabotage, and information extortion. So these are the threats, software attacks. Means if there is some vulnerability, is there a vulnerability on a machine, that can provoke or a hacker to exploit that machine or get the access of that machine, it means TCP is a connection. There is a query. TCP is a connection less or a connection oriented. TCP is a connection oriented because it's showing the state. Whether it's in a listening state, whether it's in a established, it is a time wait, it is a stateful. So it is a connection oriented. Whenever the TCP is working, the both the server, the sender, and the receiver both should be present at that time. Voice is break. So these are the threats. Theft of equipment or the information is becoming more prevalent today. Threat, you are working on a laptop and you lost your laptop somewhere. It means there's a threat of your data, your loss of data. Cell phones are prone to theft and have become far more desirable as the amount of data capacity increases. Because cell phones having the more application, like you have installed your banking application, your SBI account, you are holding SBI account and you have installed the YONO app. But that YONO app is not secured or secured with a very poor password, that is 1234. Jagdish sir, I think there might be a problem with the.
Yes, sir. I think there is some voice issue only. I think which is continuously moving.
Just you start with another session. If there will be time, I will again connect and will continue with the session. Right?
Okay.
Just let me
Okay.
know before. All right?
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Fine. 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 Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I think, sir, ma'am, like, sorry for the inconvenience. I think there is some technical issue, or like either it could be a network lag or some sound issue. But anyway, like some of these aspects, like we are going to cover in the second session also. The threat vulnerability and all those things, like we are going to cover in the second session also. And security measures, anyway, like we will discuss throughout the session. That's not an issue at all. So we will move on to the next session. As there is some issue in the at the David side. We'll move on to the next session. Like so, request Kajal Kashyap, and she is working as a senior project engineer at SIDAC Noida, and she has vast experience, and she is involved in government official training program and other other training, and she is only the resource which we are having at Delhi and Noida side, like where she is supporting. Uh, she's supporting all our IAC activities at Delhi as well as Noida side. And we request Kajal Kashyap to start the session on data security as well as the password and the browser security aspects. So over to Kajal, and can you start the session, Kajal? And I think there are some questions, like let me take up those questions also. Sir, which one is more secure in the web and app version of the banking website? Sir, like whichever whichever either app or website, both are secure. But only thing is like your system should be updated and should have good antivirus, and ensure like the website should have whichever, like whether it is a mobile version or whether it is a mobile version or a desktop version. So your website should have HTTPS. What are the lock symbol which he is talking about? The lock symbol should be closed, and so if those two things are there, we can good to go. And like more aspects, like if you click once in a while, once you click on that lock symbol, you also able to see that there is something called security certificate. Okay, for example, let me show you that. Let me show, so you will get clarity. Right. So any website like which we are talking about, these two things it should have. Okay. So for example, Stay Safe Online. This is my website, right? So in this Stay Safe Online, you should have this HTTPS. This is what I was talking about, and you should have a lock symbol, right? You should have this lock symbol. That lock should be closed. Okay. So once you click on that lock symbol, HTTPS should have, and locks it should have and you should have a lock symbol, and the moment you click on the lock symbol, there is something called connection is secure. So the moment you click here, connection on the secure, so this here you will get some data, and you also will get some kind of certificate. Okay, this is a digital certificate, like where it has a validity, right? Who has provided, and what is the validity and all the things. So these three things you have to check. So first thing is it should have HTTPS, and second thing the valid certificate, and third thing is like that lock symbol. If you have all these three things, then it is a secured website only. Then if all these three things are having have either you can do it in the you can do it on your website as well as on mobile app also. That is not an issue at all. And if it is a mobile app, you have to be a bit careful whether the mobile app is legitimate mobile app which is belongs to that bank or not. So those things you have to check. And once you are good with those three things, and you can do anywhere, either on a website or on a mobile application. It will do both. Both are in both ways. It is secure only, right? All right. So I hope it answers your question, sir. Hope it answers your question, Dr. Aparna Balkumar, right? Hope it answers your question. In intruder, hacker can do hacking by spoofing the TCP IP. Handshake the spoofing of the TCP IP. They can do the handshake, sir. Like that in the layers, like out of the 7 layers, the transportation layer is there. There, like if there is some kind of vulnerability there, they can there they can enter into that layer, and they can spoof that. They can spoof in that particular layer also. That is also possible. That is also possible. Sir, I cannot hear you. Amplitude is very low. Okay. Not transferred. Is the info is not transferred? Okay, host kindly. Can you speak louder, please? Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So not understood, like what is the next set comments. Right. Don't worry about all those things. Like there he was trying to show like what are the ports which are open. What are the kinds of ports which are open on your system? So on your system, like you have all those things. Especially on your laptop as well as on your server also, there are some ports which are open. So those ports he was talking about, which are the various ports which are opened. Okay, so mostly there are some ports which are open on our systems. So those things we have to check, like which are the ports which are open. So there is always chances that people can check your system, and like what are the ports are open. Through that window, they will try to enter into your system. Don't worry, like which is a bit technical aspects. Uh, that's all. Right. Other than that, not an issue at all. Do we provide security certificates like CISA and CISM? Like we don't provide any certificates, sir. Like you have to procure those certifications from those people to integrate as part of your website. We as a CDEC, we won't provide that certificate, sir. What are the steps need to be do if the mobile or laptop is stolen? Okay, that's good question. So first thing, like if it is a mobile kind of thing, you can track like where the mobile is there. So nowadays, if it is a desktop also, you can track your phone. But if the location is on only, if the location is on in both the laptop and the mobile phone, we can track where the system is. And we can track, but not fully, like where exact locations kind of thing. So for that, like you have to go and give a written complaint at nearest police station, cybercrime.go.in, so that they will be able to find out, like based on your IMEI number, based on your system MAC address, they will try to find out like where exact location that device is, and so that accordingly they can help you out. Okay, that is one way. And the second thing, like if it is a mobile device, you can remotely wipe the data. So we have some applications. So by using that application, we can track your phone, as well as you can remotely wipe the data also. For example, there is a mobile application called mKavach 2, so which is by our CDEC center. You can make use of that mKavach 2 application. We can find out like where the device is, and by chance if you lost the mobile phone also, you can remotely wipe the data. You can remotely wipe all the data. That is the with respect to the mobile. When it comes to the laptop kind of thing, One is, as I told you, once the location is on, and if you have the MAC address, the unique number of your laptop is available, that you can share it with the police department, and they will be able to trace you out where that device is located, and accordingly they can help you out. But remotely wiping of mobile laptop data is a bit difficult. Till now it is not available, right? You can give the police complaint and you can find out. That is only the way as of today, like which we are having, right? Hope it is clear to you, sir. And what steps need to taken, right? See, we are talking about the security, but nowadays so many fake websites are also using the SSL. And so how do we deal with this? Excellent. So your question is very valid, sir. And like nowadays, so many websites are all fake websites are also coming with HTTPS and padlock and all the things. But if you really check that website is fake or not, so like one next step is like SSL certificate, which I'm talking about. In the next session, she also going to talk about some browser extensions. So the browser extensions also help you out, whether the website is legitimate or fake. That is one aspect which we have to check. And secondly, if they are asking any data beyond your username and password, then you should suspect. And if there are any spelling mistakes kind of thing, and throughout the transaction, whether that website is in the HTTPS or not. And initially that was in HTTPS. Later, like after providing your user name and password, it may move on to the HTTPS. Then you should really suspect. That kind of websites, right? So other than that, we don't have any. Other than that, like we don't have any options. One is spellings. You can check it. HTTPS, log symbol, the digital certificate, whether it is a valid certificate or not, and if it is a valid certificate, up to what extent, kind of thing. And don't go to any website by checking in the through your search engine. For example, if you want to go to any bank website, try to type that website and go to try to type the URL of the website and directly go to that website. Don't Google, don't search it and go through that kind of websites. Now there is always chances that you may go to any unlegitimate or this faulty websites. Like that kind of issues are always there. So this SSL will help you out, like whether this website is true or not. And if that website is asking beyond what normal information which you are supposed to provide, then you should really suspect those kind of websites. Okay, so that is how like we can check like whether these websites are true or false. And as I told you, and I think the Kajal is going to deal the browser extensions, and there like she also will explain you how to check how to check whether the website is legitimate or like some fault website kind of thing. Sir, what to do after checking the ports through this command, right? If that ports are opened, you have to close. All right, if you are not closing those ports and you are giving a way to hackers to enter into your network, that kind of issues will happen, sir, right? Which we are not going to discuss here. I'm just Pankaj sir, I'm just answering your queries. That is the reason I don't have any PPT. Sir, what is the time, weight, state, and in host? Sir, I think like those things we cannot discuss here. Let's look into that. Who will provide the certificate to the website? There are so many people, sir, like CISA is there, CISM is there, and as I shown you, like Norton is there, and Dizzy Quest is there, some other foreign websites and all the things. So based on your requirement, you can purchase such kind of certificates which is available in the market. On what basis they provide the secure certificate? Right. See, good question. First thing, like they'll check your website, right? No, they will check the genuinity of the person, like who is buying, what purpose he is buying, and all the things. And second thing, they also will check your website, and accordingly they will provide you the certification, right? So that certificate you can integrate and you can host it in the public domain, right? For example, if since we are all belongs to government agencies, if at all if you are hosting any website, that website has to be thoroughly audited, thoroughly verified. And if there are any issues, that issues should be resolved, and then you should go for hosting. And if at all, beyond that, like if at all, if you are hosting any data centers, they will ask for all this documentation. Once they verify all the documentation, then only they will host your website. So till that time, they won't host your website, right? First thing, like you should have a proper website. So that proper website should be audited, and you should get a audit certificate. And secondly, if the website has to do any financial transactions kind of thing, then they will check for this HTTPS. So whether that certificate is there or not. So they, if all these things are integrated, then only you are allowed to host that website in any data center if it is a government government related aspects. And if he's a fraudster, then they also can do it without any of those things on a single system. They can go and host these websites with HTTPS, padlock, and all such kind of things. So that to verify that as an end user, you have to follow, you have to check all these things, like the some of the checkpoints which I have mentioned to you, right? So that is what, like, which we can deal as of now. And nowadays in India, shifting towards digital currency and digital signature, the usage smartphone is inevitable. So what are the various ways we can secure your phones? I think that things will be covered in the second session, sir. Kindly wait till the second session. I think most of the things it will be addressed to you. What are the secure delete apps? The question is not clear, sir. And if the websites are not, and if the web applications, for example, if the mobile applications are not clear, and the mobile applications are not looking like legitimate, then you should uninstall them properly. All right. So I think those things also will be addressed in the second session. Kazal, are you there? Kazal, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning. Like, your voice is not clear. It's not audible. Can you please check
Just
the
a
audio?
minute, sir. Just a minute.
I think some of these questions will be addressed in the second session. And if you have any other questions also, some more questions will be addressed in the third and fourth session also. So instead of wasting our time, like, let's move on to the next session as we have limited time. So
Am I
as I
audible,
told
sir,
you,
now?
yeah, now you are audible.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So in
Okay.
this second session, we are, as I told you, like, we are going to talk about data, password security, and browser security, and some of the mobile applications kind of thing. So over to Kazal. You can start the session. Thank you.
Sure, sir. All right. So, a very good morning to everyone present here. So, I hope my screen is clearly visible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, in this particular session, we are going to focus on the importance of data protection in our day-to-day life, and what is the importance of online security in our day-to-day life. So we are going to talk about few attacks and how you can secure from those attacks, and secure your data from the those attacks. Okay, so first of all, here you can see one image, or we can say the data of numbers, that how much of people are actually using internet in India by this particular year 2023. So till now we have this updated data of like we have 840 million internet users overall, and apart from 840, 70% of e-commerce transactions are done through their mobile phones, because everyone is carrying their mobile phones nowadays. Children's, young people, old age people, all are having their personal mobile phones. So mostly people are preferring to do any sort of e-commerce transactions through their mobile phones, as this is very easy. You can, do any sort of transaction at any particular period of, time, or, place. You don't have to, think. So this is why 70% out of 100 people are going to, basically people are using e-commerce transaction through their mobile phone. Similarly, 50% of travel transactions are done in online mode. So basically, you don't have to go to shops and stand in the long queues and wait for your turn. So what you are actually doing, you are actually using internet, and you are actually doing any sort of travel transactions through your desktop, laptops, or your mobile phones. This is exactly very easy. And then we have 175 million online shoppers. Definitely you don't have to go from one place to another, and you don't have to go out from your homes. You can just sit at corner of your house or your office, and you can just shop online whatever you want to. And then we have 2.2 billion mobile connections overall, as we had discussed that from small childrens to the younger ones to old age people, all are using mobile phones nowadays. So overall, this is actually 2.2 billion mobile connections we have. And then we have 448 million social media users, which is actually a very huge data. And nowadays everyone is using different social media platforms. So this is just a general number in order to show you that how much of people in India are using the internet. Okay, so with this, let's focus on what actually is cybercrime. So basically, cybercrime is using electronic devices, basically performing any crime using the electronic devices like your desktop, laptop, mobile phone. Basically, the device should have a workable internet connectivity. If that device is connected with internet, any hacker or any person with his like if his intentions are not good, so he can basically steal your information. He can do any sort of changes in your information which is there in your desktop or laptop or any device. Okay, so all in all, basically in simple, if we say what is cybercrime, so cybercrime is basically stealing your information in order to use it for any crime purpose. So this is cybercrime. Now you can see a particular line in red color that a major attack vector of cybercrime is to exploit broken softwares. Now, first of all, I would like to concentrate you here that what are broken softwares. So whenever when we are not updating our softwares regularly, like if you are using older versions of software, like if for example, if you are still using Windows 7, which is actually a vulnerable, that means which is weak. So this is Windows 7 is having a lot of nowadays vulnerabilities like malware, viruses inbuilt. Okay, and this is actually very older versions of operating system. So if you are all in all, if you are not using updated softwares, then we call them broken softwares. Okay, so here, what is the goal of cyber criminals? Cyber criminals search for these kind of peoples who are not aware much about cyber crime, okay, and cyber attacks. So they search for these kind of people, and they basically get into their devices using various, tools. And once they got into their devices, they get to know that this person is using, update, non-updated softwares or unupdated versions of softwares, and they just get into their devices through those softwares. So this is actually the trick. Okay, so we have various tools which is present on the internet. So through those, they basically perform this kind of activity. Now with the term cyber crime, there comes three terms more. That is, first is risk, second is threat, and the third is vulnerability. So I would first like to concentrate you all towards the third term, that is vulnerability. So vulnerability is basically are the weaknesses, as we had discussed. These are the weaknesses which is present in your softwares, hardwares, anywhere. Okay, so these are actually weaknesses. Whenever we are not using updated versions of softwares and hardwares, then it automatically vulnerabilities comes. Okay, and then we have threat. So threat is basically any malware, any Trojan horse, any viruses. That is a threat. If your organization is having any malware, so threat is automatically there. If your organization is not using antivirus, so threat is automatically there, because if they are not using antivirus, automatically any virus, malware, any Trojan horse or any lot of different kind of attacks can happen in an organization. So automatically threat is there. Risk basically means if threat is there, like if threat is very big, so what is the number of risk? This is actually risk. If threat is like, it depends, risk depends on the threat. If there are various threats, so risk will be bigger. If there are less threats, so risk will be less, but risk is will be there. Okay, so I hope these three terms are clear to everyone. Now we were talking about vulnerabilities, that what are actually vulnerabilities. Now question comes, like, when attackers are targeting vulnerabilities, how they are actually targeting vulnerabilities. Okay, first of all, they are searching for these kind of people that are using vulnerable softwares or hardwares. Now what is the second step? Second step is they basically, first of all, they search for people that they are using these broken softwares or unupdated versions of softwares or hardwares. Now accordingly they create an exploit. Like if I am using Windows 7, so they create an exploit, means they create a payload. Okay, they will create a payload which should be based on Windows 7. Okay, now they send me that payload through various ways, through email, through messages, through compromised websites. That means they will create a fake website, and when I click on that fake website now, automatically that payload will be installed in my system. Okay, they can also send you that payload through social networking sites. So this is actually how they are sending you. Or if they are focusing on the whole organization now, so they can directly scan your basically server, your organization server, and if that is vulnerable, they can directly attack on your whole organization server. So this is actually the kind of trick they are using. Now, what is the work of user? Simply, user are lured into executing the exploit via different social engineering techniques. Like they will send you a mail that please download. You can download free antivirus system. This is the last chance. This is the last date to install free antivirus system. Kindly click on this link as soon as possible. Like they will send you mails or messages which should basically show the hurriness. Okay, and if people were not looking those mails very carefully, they can easily be a victim of these sort of attacking things. So here when the users will click now, so it exploits may drop malware, virus, or any kind of exploit onto the vulnerable system, or allow attackers to take remote control of the system. So this is very simple, and I hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. Here you can see what are the threats and common applications that we are using nowadays. So as we had discussed that we all are dependent on our mobile phones for personal work as well as professional work nowadays. Our office work is totally based on WhatsApp. We got messages, we got updates, like what is, like if you want to give any update to our office, we just drop that messages in the particular groups, right? So everyone is dependent on different applications that is present in our mobile phones. So this has some advantages, but we should not forget that with advantages we have various disadvantages also, right? So we have threats also if we are using different applications in our mobile phones. So everyone is using online type taxi applications, education applications, banking, shopping, job, or application which is related to chatting, instant messaging applications. And if you want to go to some different location, we are using travel and hotel booking applications. And for playing games, we are using online game applications. We all have these applications, right? Like one or two, we all have these applications. So first of all, whenever we are downloading these application, what we have to do next? First of all, we have to register in these applications. After downloading, we have to register, we have to create a profile. Like if I am downloading the online taxi application, now next step is I have to open that and create one profile, that what is my name, what is my email address, what is my mobile number. And if the I want to save my, financial information there or not, like my UPI information, credit card, debit card information. Like for the next time, if I travel through this, I don't have to put, save my card again and again. So I just save my card one time, and the next time payment would automatically will be deducted, right? So this is actually, we mostly people are doing these things. But what if one day you just woke up and this application got breached by anyhow? What will you do? You can do nothing now. So your data will be gone, your financial information will be gone, your personal information will be gone. So this is the thing. So no application or no software, like whatever applications we are using in our mobile phone, we cannot say that this application is 100% true, is 100% secure. We cannot say this thing. Okay. So, what we have to do basically, first of all, what we can do, if you are an iOS user, you can straightly go to the App Store and download all the applications from there itself. And if you are a Android user, you can straightly go to the Play Store and download all the applications from there itself. So first thing is, never ever download any application from the links that you receive, or from in your social media app, on your WhatsApp, or any email. Or never ever download applications, like you can go to Google and type the application like WhatsApp download. Never do this, because there are various phishing links which is already there, and people are waiting for you, hackers are waiting for you, so that you will do a mistake like this, and automatically payload in the form of WhatsApp will come into your device. Okay, so never ever do this thing. If you want to download any application, you can go to your authenticated store for iOS and go to the App Store. For Play Store, you can go to the sorry, for Android, you can go to the Play Store and download the applications from there itself. This is very simple. This is the first point. Second is, never ever download a lot of applications in your mobile phone. Like if you just open your mobile phone right now, mostly 50% applications you are not using. There will Those applications will be there. So if you are using, that's fine. If you are not using, just try to delete or uninstall that application uh, at that point. Okay, because what is the use of putting that applications in your mobile phone if you are not using it? Okay, so this is the second thing. Third thing, always try to update your applications, your softwares whenever it come. You just update it at that particular period of time, because when you delay that, it becomes more vulnerable and it becomes more prone to attack. So that is why we are focusing on the updation part, on the uh, you know um, more newer part of the application, more updated part of the application. So this thing we can do. Or you can also check, before installing any application from the authenticated stores also. Just check the reviews and the rating. Always the reviews and the rating are not true, but still we have to just check. Okay, if we find anything fishy, stop installing that application that period of time. Okay, so these are the few things. We know these things, but we never apply these kind of things in our day-to-day life. Okay, so from now point of time, please try to do these kind of things, so that you can secure from the attacks that is there on the internet. Okay, here you can see the next picture, which is very interesting. This is actually a image which is showing you the infrastructure of internet. Basically, our internet is divided into three parts. First is surface web, second is deep web, third is the dark web. Okay, so whatever internet that you are accessing till now, like from the day you have started using internet till now, it just consists of the 4% of the internet. We all are using just 4% of the internet. You can just imagine this, we call it as a surface web. Okay, everything that you can access on the internet is just 4% of the total part of the internet. What about 96%? So 96% part of your internet consists of deep web and the dark web. Now what is deep web? So deep web is basically that internet part which has your resources, like your government resources, scientific records, financial records, academic information. Basically, you can find different kind of websites, files there, which is related to these components. If they are not secured enough, means if let's suppose I have created one Excel file one day, and I have not saved that file, like I have just put it on the internet, and was not using any kind of antivirus. So it straightly go to the deep web if I have not secured that file. Okay, if I have not secured that website, it will go, you can find it on the deep web. But if your file website is secured, it will not go into the deep web. Okay, so this is the concept of deep web. You can find different government resources, scientific records, academic information, financial record, if they are vulnerable, if they are not secured. So this is the concept. Third is, I guess, dark web. Everyone knows about dark web. So dark web you can use using Tor encrypted browsers. Okay, there are special browsers. You need special browsers for accessing the dark web. In a similar way, you need special queries for accessing deep web. You cannot access deep web like as it is. Okay, you need some special queries. Okay, so this is the difference. And in the dark web, you can find illegal information, information related to drugs, and so many more. So this is actually the concept of internet. Now, coming to cybersecurity, what actually is cybersecurity? So I hope you get a brief like what is the importance of cybersecurity. Definitely, we need to protect our information. We need to protect our data. We need to protect our data from the attacks and the cyber crimes, cyber criminals. So that is why the cybersecurity plays a very crucial part in our day-to-day life. As you can see here, the number of internet are increasing day by day. Security threats are also increasing day by day. So in this particular part, in the part of cybersecurity, here you can see a major part of cybersecurity is to fix broken softwares. Now, in the previous slide, we have seen a major part of cybercrime is to exploit those broken software. Now here comes the work of cyber professionals. Then they search for these kind of people who are actually using broken softwares, who are not using updated softwares, and they search for these kind of people, and they try to fix those broken software. They basically aware them that you can do this and that in order to protect from the attacks, and you are using this software, kind of things. Okay, so this is actually the work of cybersecurity professionals. Now, coming to the goals of cybersecurity, these are the goals. First is confidentiality, second is integrity, third is availability. We call them as a CIA trait. So, confidentiality is nothing. First of all, what is confidentiality? Like, let's suppose I am working in a particular organization. Okay, so I only have the right to look at a particular information which is going on in my project. Okay, that should be confidential. No other third person can come from other organization and can directly view my information or directly view my any data without my permission. So this is confidentiality, that only the authorized person should have the right to look at that information, and no other unauthorized person can look at any information. This is confidentiality. So cybersecurity ensures that confidentiality is being maintained. And second is integrity. So integrity means, let's suppose I am using WhatsApp and I have sent one message on WhatsApp to someone. Okay, so that someone should receive that same message. If I have sent hi, how are you, so that someone should have received hi, how are you. So that message shall remain same, its meaning shall remain same. If that is same, that is integrity is maintained. If that is not same, if that is if hacker has changed that message, okay, that means integrity is lost at that particular period of time. So cybersecurity ensures that it is actually maintaining the integrity part, that whatever information you are saving on the internet or sending on the internet, receiver shall also receive that same message, or wherever you are saving it should be same. And this is integrity. Third is availability. So availability means if you are an authorized user and you need any particular resource at a particular period of time, so that should be readily available to you. So this makes sure cybersecurity that they are fulfilling these three parts, and if these three parts are completed, cybersecurity is actually fulfilled. Next we have this is actually a social basically application, we can say chart. Like this is telling you that how much of people is using internet in just 1 minute, that is in just 60 seconds, how much of people are engaging on social media. First of all, I would like to concentrate you towards the Facebook part, blue color. That is how much of people scrolling Facebook in just 1 minute. This is 1.4 billion people are scrolling Facebook in 60 seconds. Like in 1 minute, huge number of, like you can see scrolling are in millions. Okay. And then we have coming to the WhatsApp Messenger and Facebook Messenger. So this is 69 million messages are sent over WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger. This is also very huge data. And then we have 3.4 million snaps are created. There is one Snapchat application where you can share your snaps or pictures. So people are engaging more towards this, and this is actually 3.4 million snaps are creating there in just 1 minute. And then you can see 28,000 subscribers are watching Netflix in just 60 seconds. And the data is increasing. Like if like the time, the by the time is increasing now, data is also increasing, scrollings are also increasing. So you can just imagine that this much of huge scrolling is there in just 1 minute. And what about like more time period? So this is actually just to alert you that this much of people are engaging on social media. Okay. Next we have is question comes that how does Google track you? So this question asks a lot of people that how does Google knows everything about them? Like if I have put it one product in my shopping application and I have not just checked out or purchased that product, so and the next time I open any internet like tab or any other thing, na, I might see that product everywhere. So how does Google know that I like this product and I have saved this product in my cart or in my wish list? This is the question, right? So basically the answer is we all are responsible. We actually are self-responsible for, providing our information to the Google. Sorry, just a second. Okay. So the components basically we are providing our information to the Google, right? How? Through these components. Like everyone is using Google Chrome browser, like whatever browser you are using now. You never Have you ever deleted your browser history on daily basis? You are deleting your cache? No, we never delete on daily basis. We delete it like monthly in like monthly one or two times or three times, but we don't have an habit of deleting our browser history or cache on daily basis. We never have, right? So this is why our information is there. It is stored there that I mostly visit this website. Okay. And then YouTube. So you never delete your videos, whatever you watch, whatever you upload there, if you have a channel na. So this is why this information is gone to the Google knows that I like to watch this kind of videos on YouTube. And then we have Google Maps. So if you search for any particular place, that is also stored in that. Okay, so you can go to the settings and see what places you have searched. This is also very important and crucial. You can delete that searching history or location you visited. If you there is one option, you can just go to your settings and check that at particular period of time. And then we have Hangout. So this is one application which is mostly present in Android mobile phones. So whenever you buy your new device now, you find this particular application, and the moment you open na, it will ask you to make a default of your contacts and conversation. Means it is asking you that you can create, like whenever you open your phone call na, so it will open through this particular application, not the original mobile calling application. Or the moment you open your messages, it will open through this, not your original mobile application. Okay. So never ever do this, because it will copy your all contacts and the messages. So if you are using this, delete this. If you have this in your mobile phone, delete this. And then we have photos application, calendar, Google search, Gmail, shopping application, ads, and if you see any ads on news websites. So through these are all the components which is actually uh, s- sharing our information to the Google, because we are sharing, that is why they are sharing with Google. That is why Google gets to know that this person likes this product, and that product is actually visible everywhere till the time we bought that product. So this happens with everyone. So the reason is this thing, because if you deleted your histories now, you will not be able to see that product. Okay, so this is the reason why you are showing, basically why you see that product. Next is this is very interesting topic we have, is digital footprints. So digital footprint basically is the information that exists online about you and your activity. So believe it, by the time you have started using internet till now, everything whatever you are basically accessing on the internet is actually storing on the internet in a particular file from your name. So whatever you have done till now is actually stored on the internet. If you have posted any picture on the internet and you have deleted from your devices, but it will it will remain like forever on the internet. So this is digital footprints. So whatever you are accessing on the internet, it will be there. It is tracking your activity, that on this particular time you have done this, you have visited this website, you have posted this picture. This is digital footprint. So you need to be careful about what you are actually sharing on the internet, where you are sharing, and with whom you are sharing. Because once a picture or information is posted on the internet now, you'll not able to delete it from the internet. You will able to delete it from your devices, from your social media applications, but you'll never able to delete it from the internet as in the form of digital footprint. Okay. So there are two kind of digital footprint. First is passive digital footprint. Second is active digital footprint. So let's talk one by one. Passive digital footprint means one day you just come into your office and you just logged in into your computer, and you open any website or you open any mailbox. Okay, so till that time your few information is gone to the internet and you are not aware about it. Few information consist of your IP address is gone, your ISP, internet service provider information is gone, your approximate location is also gone on the internet. It is saved there and you are not able to detect these things. So passively means your information is unintentionally sent to the internet and you are not aware about it. On the other hand, active digital footprint means, let me give you very simple example. um, let's suppose I am new to Facebook. So what I first do, firstly I just go to the Facebook, I just open Google and type Facebook, and there will be one sign up part. So I will just sign up, and in the sign up I will just write all my information, what is my name, full name, my email address. Okay, and then my Facebook will be created, and after that I have to create one, like I have to complete my profile, Facebook profile, so that everyone gets to know that what are my likes, hobbies, right? So I will type everything there, like in which school I had studied, in which college I had graduated, what is the name of the college, what is the name of the school, okay, where I had worked in the past, where I'm currently working in the organization, what is my post, okay, what are my hobbies currently, what I like to listen music, kind of things. On the other hand, Facebook is not making it mandatory. Facebook is not forcing us to provide all these information, right? If you want to leave it, you can just leave it. So all in all, active digital footprint is we are intentionally providing our personal information to the internet. Okay, so this is basically the difference, that all in all, intentionally and unintentionally, you are actually disclosing your information. This is actually all about digital footprints. So you need to be smart about what kind of websites you are visiting, what kind of emails you are clicking upon, and what kind of links you are clicking, because everything is stored in it. And we need to make sure that we are actually using internet in a very alert way. There is one website where you can check your digital footprint. Okay, one more thing, people will think that can we able to delete our digital footprint? So the answer is no, you'll not able to delete your digital footprints forever. Once the information is there posted, you'll not able to delete it. So basically there is one website which is SayMind. Okay, I'll just open it. Just a second. There's one website, SayMind. Okay, here you can see that which application has your data. So this is one website. You just have to sign in, and when you sign in now, it will ask your Google accounts or any account, like sign in with your Google, Microsoft, or Yahoo. And this is also taking our information. First of all, let me just clear you. Okay, so I just have to sign in with Google, and I will continue with one of the email. See, I have successfully logged in. Yeah, I have successfully logged in. I think so my
Not able to
screen is
see
visible.
the window, not able to see the.
Yeah, sir. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. So what I had done, let me explain you once again. There is one website which is SayMind. Okay. So you just have to Google SayMind, and you got this link, first one. You just have to click it, and let me just do it once again. You just have to sign in. Okay, when you sign in now, there will be three options. You can just sign in with your Google and other emails. Okay, you have to use it, and there you can see like this kind of page. Okay, now here you have to click my footprint. You can see here where's your data, like which application, which website has your data. So see all. So these are the websites which is having your data. Like WPS Computer and Technology, I had used that in the past. So they had, saved my data. Like once I click it now, you can see what is the information. Like type of data you share is your email address and precise location. So this website has my email address saved in their database and my location. What was the location in the past? Okay, and this one Medium, so they had my some social number, social security number, and email address. Okay, TryHackMe has my email address. And then type of data you share with Rarely is your any information which is related to identity and email address. So like this you can see that which has your data, and see mine has also data. You can see this has also our data. So like this, but we will not able to delete it right now. This is very basic email address. I have not used this email address anywhere much. uh, that is why it is showing very less result. But if I use it with my personal now, there will be a lot. Okay, so you can also just open this website and can check which website basically has your data. Now coming to the PPT. The question is how to preserve your digital footprints. So basically, it's not possible to delete your digital footprints. We only have an option to preserve like our digital footprints. So use only your first name. If possible, you can use your nicknames. Like while using social media, if anyone asks your information, never share full information. Like if that is not relevant now, if it is not important, then never share your full information. Like you can use your last name or you can use your nicknames. But if it important thing or very if it is not very casual or important thing na, then do not do this. Use your full information. But if it is not much relevant, then you can just give your first name or any nickname. And just do not give a lot of personal information in social media profiles whenever you are creating an account. And keep your passwords and personal details private, definitely, and make sure the information you shared in social media is true. That doesn't mean that for securing information you will share fake information. This should not be there, because whatever you are showing there will be some impact. So make sure whatever information you shared on social media is actually true, and make sure you have a check on access rights on your data by any new website or application. Like whenever you are downloading any application na, there will be a pop-up which in which few lines are written, and there will be a checkbox. Whenever we just click it then we can proceed, but we never read that things. We need to start reading those things, that what it is actually saying to us. Okay, and think about who will read the information you have shared online, and can anyone misunderstand what you have shared? Definitely. If I am sharing any post on the Facebook, so I should, before posting that now, before reposting that thing, I have to just think twice or read that information, that is this valid information that I am posting, or how other people might, can take that information. So this should also be there. And use privacy setting on social media applications. So definitely, whatever social media application you are using, it has, everyone has privacy settings. So you can just go to the privacy settings and can check on that what privacy settings you need, and make sure your account is actually always private, not public. And have a time limit on time spent on social media, and spend more time with your family and friends. Okay, so these are the primary threats to device security. First is, virus and worms, trojans, and spywares. So everyone knows what are viruses and worms. So basically, these are kind of, we can say, software programs that is actually designed to basically copy, damage, or delete your data. So this is the work of viruses and worms. And worms replicate and viruses spread basically. Okay, and next is Trojans. So Trojans basically are a kind of applications that will look genuine, or we can say softwares that look genuine. Okay, but that is not genuine. They basically in the background run, and they destroy our data. They damage our computer data. They are actually stealing our personal information. So this is the work of Trojan horse softwares. They will look genuine, but on the other hand, they are not genuine. And next is spyware. So what are the work of spyware? So these basically these are the software that will track your online activities or display endless tabs, or we can say advertisements. So basically these are these basically whatever you do online, like if you go to Google to log in into your bank account, they will track that also. They will track each and every link. They will track each and every step. If you try to sign up, they will try to basically write, save that your username and the password in a plain text format file, and you are not aware about it. So this is the work of spyware. So we need to make sure that we are using a good antivirus, so that if any virus forms, Trojan, spyware come into our device, our antivirus will alert that thing, that you are having this kind of threat. Okay, plus always use paid antivirus, not the free of cost antivirus. Next term is malvertising. So malvertising basically came from the malware. Okay, malware attack. So basically, what is this? You just Google. Okay, you are working on Google and you see a good advertisement of any beauty product, let's say. Okay, and you find it very catchy. And the next time you just click on that advertisement, now automatically one malware will download into your system and it will start running automatically, and you are not aware about it. So this is malvertising, that attracting people towards the cyber attack through advertisement. Okay, and spreading or we can say putting malware into your device. So this is malvertising. So always sure that whenever you are using internet or browser, never ever click these kind of advertisements, because they are very um, they can be very infectious related to your devices. Now there is one tool which is actually you can use it like in your day to day life. In your day to day life you can use this tool. this is a tool which is used to find any malware in your files. Like if you are downloading a lot of files from the internet, then you can just use this tool and it will tell you that this file is actually malware infected or not. Simple. This is a JOTI tool, JOTTI. You can just let me just show you. You just have to write JOTI, JOTTI, and here it is. This is a malware scan. Okay, and here you can just browse any file, like any file. I'm just okay. See, this tool is actually using a lot of antiviruses like Avast, Siren, Fortinet, best antiviruses, Icarus, Trend Micro, Bitdefender, a lot of antiviruses. So these all antiviruses are, scanning that file every time. So this is telling that this file is actually secured and found nothing. If it has any kind of malware or virus, it will just detect it and tell you here. Now you can use this file without any hesitation. So this is the work of JOTI scanner. Now coming to the cyber frauds. So yeah, so we have different kind of cyber frauds. Just a second. Yeah, so we have different kind of cyber frauds. First is, you can see, phishing attacks. Second is tab nabbing, identity theft, frauds related to donation, mass scams, and ransom attacks and keyloggers. So we have different kind of cyber frauds. Now let's just move towards and let me just start with the cyber frauds. Okay, let's start with identity theft. So what is actually identity theft? So identity theft basically is stealing your personally identifiable information documents. It can be your driving license, it can be your credit card, debit card, mobile phone, it can be your Aadhaar card, PAN card, voter ID card, PAN card. Okay. So if the hacker is stealing or criminal is stealing these documents from you by anyhow, so they can use those documents to fulfill their requirement in a bad way, with bad intention. This is identity theft. Okay, using your information with bad intention or for personal gain. This is actually identity theft. Okay, and identity theft includes information like they will be getting your passwords, they will be getting your bank account information. The main aim will be getting these informations like credit card numbers information and information stored on a user computer, mobile phone, such as contacts, videos, images, sensitive documents. So this is actually the goal of identity theft. Okay, by anyhow they need to get this information of yours. So this is identity theft. Okay, now, what is prevention? First of all, whenever you are giving your personally identify information documents, like if you are giving your Aadhaar photocopy to anyone, na, you don't have to give it like this. You have to just sign it, like cross signature will be there, cross line will be there, signature will be there, and then a reason will be there of giving that. Okay, so you will write the reason for giving that document to that person, and you just mention proper reason, and then you just put the date. Okay, so that what will happen in that case, the other person will not be able to use that document for any other purpose or for any other date. So this will be the good habit. And then protect your passwords. Definitely you don't have to give your passwords to anyone. And be debit and credit card smart. You have to basically check your monthly credit card and debit card transactions, and you need to destroy shred receipts which is not required. One thing we have seen most, that while using ATMs, ATM is accessible to everyone 24 by 7, right? So anyone can visit ATM. So whenever we are done with the transactions, what we do with the transaction slip? We just throw it on the floor itself, right? This is a very bad habit. Never ever throw your transaction slip on the floor itself, because it is accessible to everyone. Anyone can just come there and just put that slip and take your information. Therefore the attacks are, or we can say the phishing crimes, or we can say a lot of other attacks are increasing day by day. So never ever just put the slip on the floor or throw the slip on the floor. Always try to destroy or shred the receipts into small pieces and then throw it in the dustbin, not on the floor. And you need to review your records regularly. Records in the sense like your banking records, your transaction records, your social media records, you need to check. And be cautious with phishing links. Definitely there are a lot of phishing links. We will discuss in the next slide that how you can detect the link is actually fake or real. And you need to monitor your online accounts. Definitely if you're on social media, you need to check everything is going on like good, your account is private or not, is there any phishing activity on your online account or not. And be careful with public wi-fi. Never ever basically use public wi-fi when you are doing transactions, when you are doing important things, because you never know who is a person sitting behind that public wi-fi. Okay, so be careful. First of all, never use public wi-fi. Like, why we have to use 24 by 7 internet, why we have to depend on internet? If it is not important, never use public wi-fi. So what to do if you're a victim of identity theft? Definitely, you need to change your passwords as soon as possible, and you need to report that case to police, your nearest police station immediately, or you need to contact your bank accounts that this kind of crime has happened with me. Now, what should I do next? So they will basically tell you, or you can just contact cybercrime website. Okay, they will also help you. Next kind of cyber fraud is keylogger. So basically, what is keylogger? So keylogger is a kind of a, we can say, small device, or we can say small program that will monitor your each keystroke. Means whatever I am typing through my keyboard, it will write each and everything in a plain text format file, and that will be hidden from me. Like user will not able to basically detect that some software is actually recording my inputs. So this is keylogger. We have two type of keylogger: software and hardware. Software, it is very clear, it will be come in the software format, it will record each your keystroke. And hardware comes like this you can see the black small device. This is actually hardware keylogger. You will find these small devices mostly in cyber cafes. Nowadays very less people are using cyber cafes, but if you are, if by, and in case of any emergency, you need to use the cyber cafe, you will first just go to the cyber cafe, and you will just check. This will be there in the behind the cpu. Okay, you will just detect or check that this kind of device is there or not. Okay, next kind of cyber crime attack is phishing. So phishing is very common nowadays. And basically, what is phishing? So attacker will send you one mail. Okay, and in which one mail is written like you can basically you are getting free antivirus, or you are getting free software. You just need to click on the particular website and fill the information. Okay, and one more method is they will send you a clone website. Like there is a gmail website, so they will create a fake gmail website, and they will send you the link of that gmail website, and that will look much similar with original gmail. You will not able to basically differentiate. So the next time you click on that, now the fake gmail page will open, and you will just click on the sign up, and you just try to log in. The moment you click on sign in now, automatically your username and the password will be sent to the hacker. Okay, so this is how phishing is actually going to be there. So hacker will collect your important information, and hacker uses victim credentials to access private information. Okay, so this is how phishing attack is going to be performed. So there are few examples of phishing websites we have. First is www.gmai1.com. So they will create a fake page which will be very difficult to differentiate. Okay, like this, they are using one instead of L, and right now we can just see it clearly. But if you will see it in the URL, na, you will not able to detect it because we don't have a habit of checking the URL spelling. Okay. And then we have ICICI Bank. So instead of B, they are using 6. And in Bank of India, they are using 0 instead of O. And in the Yahoo, they are using 0 again instead of O. So these are few examples that we have used in order to clarify you that how phishing websites are cloned. Now the question is how to identify fake phishing website. So let me just take you over a website. Let me just open any website. Let's open CDAC. This one. Okay. Now the question is, in our day-to-day life, we don't have a lot of time that we use different tools. So we need a quick solution. So the website, whatever website you are actually using, first of all, you will see it should be HTTPS. Okay. So in our website, we have HTTPS, and then you will check the spelling of this particular URL. This is www.cdac.in. So I think everything is fine. Nothing is phishing looking here. Third thing is you will see whether it has a padlock or not. We call this small lock as a padlock. When we click it now, you will see connection is secure. Certificate issued to Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Now we have to see more information and you can see securely connected. Now, last step will be you have to check the digital certificate of that particular website. If the website is fake, it will not have that digital certificate. Okay. It will not have all the parameters basically if the website is fake. So for that, you have to just click on more information and you can see one one button, which is of view certificate. You will just click and this is the digital certificate of the CDEC website. Okay. So this is how I'll not much take into much technical information, but you will get most of the information from here. So you will just detect it whether the website is actually a fake or not. So it has all the information filled here. If the website information is not fully basically here, so you can just basically differentiate that what like how much to trust that website. Okay. So these are the basic steps which will hardly take half a minute if you just um, check a particular website. Okay. Okay, then we have next attack we have is tab nabbing attack. So let's just come to here. This is a browser attack. Now let's see what actually is this. So basically tab nabbing attack is a user is opening a lot of tabs and he's working. Okay. And after few minutes, the tab will start changing and just open another tab, whole new tab. And when the user will get back to that tab now, he don't basically remember that what tab he had opened. So he thought that tab was open at that particular period of time. So he just tried to use that tab. Okay. So here you can see in the live example, we a user is there who is busy in accessing a lot of tabs. Like he has right now 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 tabs he has opened at one time, and currently he is on first tab, which is of some eBay website, which is the pages of electronics and the cars. Okay. And here you can see now after few minutes he basically the other websites are there and first is the eBay website, so you all have to concentrate on the first website. Now after few minutes the user is busy into accessing the other tabs and he has not came back to the first tab from few minutes. Now if you look at it carefully on the first tab, it has started showing this word connecting. That means it is connecting to some other website. Now, when the user came back to the first tab, he see that Gmail page is open. Okay, he didn't remember that what page he had opened. Okay, so here you can see Gmail page. Now the user thinks, okay, let's log in into our Gmail and see what is actually happening in the Gmail also. Now, if you will look at it carefully, this is also not Gmail. This is gmai1.com, which is actually a phishing website. So that is how tab nabbing attack is actually performed. Now, if the user will type his username and the password and click on sign in button, it will automatically send to the hacker, and hacker will get to know that this is the username of the victim, this is the password of the victim. Now, what we shall do to basically prevent this. First of all, there is a very good feature which is there in every social media application, including Gmail, two-factor authentication method. I hope most people are aware about it. This is the only way through which we can prevent most of the cyber attacks. In two-factor authentication, what is there? First of all, you have to just sign in with your username and the password. And second thing, one pop-up will come or one OTP will come when you just type that OTP na, or whenever you just make them authorized. When you click that notification, then only you will be able to sign in the browser. Otherwise, if you will not give the OTP, and that OTP will come into your mobile device. Okay, this is the only way through which you can prevent these kind of attacks. So whatever the social media accounts you are using, it is very much recommended to everyone, to every person, that please make sure that your two-factor authentication is actually on. How to on that? You can just go to the settings of the social media application, whatever you are using. There is option of two-factor authentication. Okay, you just have to follow few steps, and you can easily make it on, and your account will be protected. Second thing is, why to open a lot of tabs in work? Just open one or two tabs and just work. This is the only way to prevent tab nabbing. And in few minutes, you have to refresh the browser. And you need to check the spelling of the URL. And definitely, if the tab is opened from few hours, you can just avoid any sort of financial transactions there. And always use private window for financial information or financial transactions. Now, how to use private window, let me just tell you. Just a second. This is my browser. Okay, and here you can see three lines. You can just click on new private window. So now you are on private window, and here you can see private browsing freedom in one click. No saved cookies or history, right from your desktop. Browse like no one's watching. So if you are using this, you can do it for your security purpose. So Firefox clears your search and browsing history when you close all private windows, but this does not make you anonymous. Next one we have is ransomware. So ransomware are a category of malware. So malwares from the category of malware, ransomware has came. There are two type of ransomware. First is crypto, second is locker. So crypto ransomware is there was one student who was doing a PhD. So that was the last day of his PhD, and he has saved everything in his laptop. And the last day, his files, all files got corrupted, and it is asking one key, and till the time you will not provide key, you will not able to open that file. So this is actually, that student was the part of ransomware, was a victim of ransomware. So hacker has sent that person mail, student mail, that if you want your files, you have to provide some money to me, then only I will give you the decryption key. So this is actually crypto ransomware, that your files, your folders will be automatically locked and basically encrypted. And whenever you will just type the decryption key, na, then only it will recover. So this is actually crypto ransomware. In this case, there comes the importance of automatically like backup. Backup importance will come. So always make sure that whatever data you have in your systems now, there will be a backup there. Wherever you basically, there should be a backup. You can take your backup in any hardware device, or on your Gmail accounts, drive accounts, or basically hardware devices perfectly, or you know um, PDs and all. You can just take backup of your data. And there the second come locker ransomware. So in locker ransomware, your whole device will be locked, and you will not be able to use your whole device until and unless you will provide a decryption key. So this is actually the kind of two types of ransomware. Now comes the password security. First of all, let's see that what are the techniques through which hackers are actually using in order to retrieve your passwords. First, the image that you can see in the circular, that is the shoulder surfing. You are just sitting on your office desktop and working very happily, but you are not aware that whatever you are typing on your screen now, someone is actually standing behind you and they are looking at your screen. So this is actually shoulder surfing. So we, while working now or while using our devices in lifts or public places, we have to look behind also, that if is there any CCTV cameras there or not, which is actually recording our screen, or is there any person standing behind us which is actually looking at our screen. And then we have another kind of we can say technique, which is we call it dictionary attack. So in dictionary attack, if you are thinking that you will just use a very difficult word and put it as your password and you will be safe, so you are a very wrong here. Basically, we have now technology is very much advanced. We have a tool which will basically crack each and every word of the dictionary in few seconds, we can say that. So if you are using a dictionary word as a password, your password is very 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 we can say hackable, we can say that. Okay. And the third is brute force attack. So in brute force attack, what is the work of attacker? Attacker will guess your passwords and the username. Username is very easy nowadays to gather. If they got your username and you are using a very basic passwords like your mobile number, like with the technique of social engineering, like with the talking and the thing, they will gather your personal information, like common information, that what's your birth date, what is your mobile number, what is your email address, right? So if you are using common passwords like your name, your mobile number, or some people are still using passwords like abcd at 12345. Okay. If you're doing this thing now, so this is brute force attack. Like hacker will guess your passwords and the username again and again till the time they will detect it. So this is that is why we are focusing on strong passwords and unique passwords. Now what we have to do, basically, we have to use a different passwords for each service. Now you will say that how it is possible that we will, if you have 100 accounts, it's not possible to write, like remember 100 passwords. Definitely this is not possible. So for that we have a technique which we will discuss in the further slide. And you have to use a long and the complex password, and you need to change your passwords regularly, and do not use your passwords on shared computer. And the technique is a passphrase. Okay, so you have to use a different passwords for each service using a technique called passphrase. Now what is passphrase? Let's see. So passphrase is basically taking your favorite sentence. Like in my case, my favorite sentence is never judge a book by its cover. So now I can remember this sentence in my whole lifetime and I'll not forget this particular sentence. Okay. Now I'll create a um, password from this sentence. So I have taken small n and from small j from judge, add symbol from a because it is very looking similar, and from b I have used 6, from by I have used 6, from its, that is I have used exclamatory mark, and I have taken capital C from the cover part. So now my password is ready. It has the alphabet, it has the numbers, it has the special characters. You can see, and I can remember this. Like you will not forget this because this password I have created myself. That is why I don't have to remember this. It will automatically be there in my mind. So that is why you can use this technique in order to basically use different or create different passwords for your each account. So I hope this technique is clear to everyone, and you can use creating this technique or implementing these techniques in your day-to-day life. Now, with the proper 1 hour of session, we have made it to the conclusions that what are the preventions. So basically, always you need to refresh the browser after returning back from the other tabs. First of all, why to open a lot of tabs? Never ever be in a habit of opening a lot of tabs and doing work. Just open 1 or 2 tabs and just refresh it, like in few minutes. Just try to refresh it. And you need to avoid phishing email and questionable websites, definitely, and use private browsing. How to use it we have seen. And always use softwares, updated softwares and antivirus softwares. Next is never ever rely on free antivirus software, because on internet nothing is freely available to you. if they are giving you something free, they are obviously taking you a lot of things from you. So never rely on free antiviruses. There are very paid antivirus, various paid antivirus is there, softwares is there. You can just choose any good paid antivirus software and just rely on that. And increase your browser security settings. Definitely, we are a lot of people here. Everyone is using different browser. So whatever browser you are using, make yourself alert and just go to the security settings and just you can just read each and everything that what is your requirement and you can just set according to your users. And avoid financial transactions on tab browser, definitely. And do not fall for the ads that tempt you into downloading free softwares. And always by the end of the day, always clear cookies and cache on history on daily basis. And disable auto connect when joining networks. This is for the Wi-Fi. Okay, always try whenever you are out from your home now, make sure you close your Wi-Fi and the uh, Bluetooth button. Some people has automatically they just turn on 24/7 Wi-Fi and their Bluetooth. So some Wi-Fi they just connected like any Wi-Fi they got connected. This is not actually a good habit. And never reuse passwords for Wi-Fi, definitely. And change the name of the default of your Wi-Fi network. Like whenever you got a new Wi-Fi, you have a very basic name of your Wi-Fi, that is admin is the username and the admin is the password. So make sure you change your what is the Wi-Fi details of yours. Okay, and you just change it. And disable your wireless home network when you are not at home, definitely. And do not do use two-factor authentication on everything possible. Right now every social media has this two-factor authentication thing. And do not install apps from the third party, definitely. And you need to record your IMEI number of your mobile phone. This is actually a 15-digit IMEI number in case if your mobile is lost or stolen by anyhow. So police at the time of complaint now, it will ask you to track your device. It will be asked this IMEI number. So you have to record this. And never open email attachments with a file extension such as VBS, SHS, and PIF. And never open web links in your email. Always type links in the web browser. And check for the spelling mistakes, definitely. And never trust icons. Nowadays, icons are also inbuilt with virus and malware. So you need to make yourself alert. This is the only way. And so we have only made it to the conclusion that the only system which is truly secure is one which is switched off and unplugged. The system which is active is not at all secure, definitely. So only way to be safe is to pay attention and act smart. And the mantra of online safety is pause and think before you connect, and so that you can secure yourself and secure the nation. So thank you everyone. Stay safe, stay secure, do your part and be cyber smart. So if you have any questions, sir and ma'am, you can definitely ask me.
Yeah, thank you, Kajal, for your wonderful and excellent presentation. I think many of the questions were also addressed in your presentation, which were asked by the participants in the earlier session. So, sir, ma'am, if you have any questions, kindly keep it in the chat area so that we will try to address those questions before we break for the lunch. If you have any questions, the sessions are exhaustive, and the second session supposed to start at 11:30, but somehow it started at 11:50 after addressing all the questions. So that's the reason like the session extended a bit. Otherwise, she has completed that session within 1 hour. How to know mobile or laptop is compromised? I
Sir,
think that
yeah.
question we will address in the next session, sir. She is going to address that question. No
Okay.
issues. Yeah, any other questions? Yeah, because we are running out of time, she will address in the next session. Yeah, can Jyoti be used?
Can Jyoti be used?
Can Jyoti be used for non-internet PCs?
Let me
Kajal,
just
can Jyoti be used for non-internet PCs?
non-internet. No, sir. You for using Jyoti, you have to make sure that your device is having a workable internet.
Is power plugged system with with no opened browser, is it vulnerable to attack? Sir, can you please come up with the clear question?
Yeah,
Surendra Singh, sir.
it's not clear, sir.
Sir, madam, can a fake website be created using HTTPS?
Yes, sir, few
Why?
websites can be created. Yeah, this is possible. So that is why we are focusing on all the parameters that you have to just check all the things, like it should have HTTPS, it should have the padlock, it should have the correct URL spelling, it should have all the digital certificate features also. You have to check all the parameters. If all the parameters are clear now, so the website is also clear. If something is missing, so that should be a fake or a phishing websites can be a part of. Yeah.
Okay. If passwords are stored in app like uh, Color Note or Evernote, is it safe?
No, sir, it is not at all recommended because our devices are, very much vulnerable to attacks. So it is not at all recommended that you save your passwords anywhere.
Yeah, they were asking to share the PPTs. By end of the session, we will let you know, sir. Ma'am, what is the solution for finding a malware in a non-internet PCs? As there are many systems at many places, at my place or in non-LAN, which doesn't have internet access.
Okay, so the one of the way is you can go to the task manager and you just have to just click on the start button and just type the task manager. In there you will see all the running application. If there is malware virus running in your